Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a saving a disaster situation playing as Karak, where over the end turn, the Warriors of Chaos want to blow up Kislev, and this is one of those rare occasions where we're actually trying to be a good ally. He wants to save the city. He's positioned an army here to deal with it, but because he is within range of this army, they're not actually going to attack the city itself, they're going to go for a field battle. But field battle or not, they'll otherwise blow up the city if we don't put a stop to it. He could have stood maybe a little bit closer, or a little bit further away here, and maybe they would have been essentially blocked by the city's zone of control to attack us and then been forced to launch the siege. But honestly, a siege defense doesn't necessarily help us either, since the Warriors of Chaos are actually pretty good at demolishing sieges, so a field battle might actually be the right call. The only problem is, of course, the Kislevite city's garrison is probably going to be brain dead, just because from my playthroughs, whenever I bring in allies, they just blob up their missile units and they fight like absolute crap. So I just hope that doesn't happen. If we have a look over here, everything's on max battle difficulty except for AI stat modifier, so let's bump that up. And let's have a look at this army and see if we can maybe make some improvements before we get into it. So a lot of slayers in the army, and I can see you don't have much equipment. It's turn 63, and you've got loads of Oath Gold, so I imagine that we could probably get a few things going here. So let's have a look. Armor of Silvered Steel is a piece of crap. It's always been a green item. It used to be 20 armor, now it's 40. I reckon, yeah, you've got quite a few of them. Here's the thing. If we fuse any armors, green armors, it always turns into a blue armor. It's not going to turn into a weapon or a talisman or anything like that. Now, the thing is, there's a limited pool of available items that they can choose from. And when it comes to the dwarves, they've actually, I'm pretty sure, only got 3 blue items that can be fused. One of them is the Armor of Destiny. The other one's the Trickster's Helm. And the other one is the Magnificent Armor of Beetlejuice or something like that. So all 3 of those are definitely better than Armor of Silvered Shit. So let's fuse that and see what we get. Armor of Destiny. Sounds pretty good to me. So 20 armor. So it's half the armor that it had, but it provides ward save and physical resistance, which helps against armor-piercing attacks. You've also got a Rune of Spite. I'm going to steal that from Thorgrim. If he doesn't have an attack of the intern, then it doesn't matter. What have you got in terms of... You got Doomsinger. That could actually be a bit of a problem for us because of Archaon's flaming attacks. We don't want don't want fire weakness. That would be bad. Instead, let's grab Ironwood and Tankard, because you've got 3 of those. That doesn't cause us fire weakness, and also helps us with vigor loss reduction, so he stays fit for longer. Then we just need a talisman and a weapon. Also, you need to get some more character runes. He's got heaps of Oath Gold, so I don't think you'll mind if I purchase a couple of cheap ones. So talismans, we'll grab the Talisman of Preservation. That's just sitting there. Well, sitting on another character, but if that character is not getting attacked, then who cares? Then as for the weapon, let's go with Slayer's Axe, I guess. Hang on, that's the Slayer's Axe. Let's grab that one. Yep, extra speed, melee attack, charge bonus. Cool. Because, yeah, I reckon this guy here, we're going to need him to try to duel Archaon, because we can't really rely too heavily on missile units. And his current combat stats, there's no way he's going to be able to do very well against Archaon. Even with the bonus versus large, his melee attack is probably not higher than Archaon's melee defense, which basically means that we'll have a fairly low chance to hit. And Archaon's melee attack is probably going to be somewhere in around 100, so he's got like a 92% chance of hitting us. So some extra melee defense I think could go a long way. Let's grab, let's see here, character runes. We want to grab, let's see. Master Rune of the Adamant, that's really good, because that'll lower everyone's chance to hit that particular character by 12%. Rune of Luck will be good, especially coupled with other bits of ward save. And then the Rune of Parrying, that's also really bloody good as well, because you get 3 of them. Because we want some items for this guy as well. So then, yeah, definitely want to have the Rune of Spite on this one. So we'll put the Master Rune of the Adamant on you, because you're most likely going to be in a fight. And then the Rune of Luck with you. I don't imagine this guy's going to be in melee that much, just increasing his stats. Now, if we gave this guy here the Master Rune of the Adamant and the other guy Master Rune of Parrying, we can put 3 on both characters, but this will be fine. We don't need a lot of items on this one. I will give him an Ironwood and Tankard though. Grab that off Gotrek, and just see what else. Yeah, why not? Because if not being utilized, you can just hand it back to them next turn. You got Glaive Gun. Yep, grab it, and Gambler's Armor. Well, pretty much, if we fuse this, then no matter what we get, it's going to turn into something with at least 10% ward save. So its only possibility is an upgrade. Cool, Armor of Destiny. So, cool, grab that. Comes back and is like, where are my unequipped green items? I'm sure he'll be fine with it. Well, we'll see. I guess another thing that you can do, specifically with armor, is that you can just like create 2 Prospector's Mail, and that'll turn into a blue item. Why don't I just do that and show you? Because it essentially only costs 400 Oath Gold to get one of those 3 items that I said you can get. Because yeah, the pool of available items that you can fuse with the dwarfs for armors is actually really limited, meaning that it's very much predictable. So these are the 2 that I crafted. So of the 3 fuses that we've done, we got 2 Armor of Destinies and 1 Trickster's Helm. Yep, cool. We obviously don't need to equip. Well, hang on, actually. Would the Armor of Trickster's Helm might actually be better than the Armor of Destiny? I just realized this. Because Archaon has magical attacks, and a lot of other things have magical attacks. The physical resistance will be bypassed. The Trickster's Helm has less armor, but that doesn't matter. But it has barrier and melee defense. Okay, I mean, 5% extra reduced chance of them hitting us. That's better than nothing. I think I'll go with that. Only problem here, though, is because of his lowered health, that's going to affect the barrier. But we've got some healing in there, so that'll give him... We'll get him back up to full health, hopefully, before the fight begins. Alright, I think I've made all the adjustments I need to make here. Let's move on to the next turn and just see how we go. Yep. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to check the battle difficulty. Oh, no, I didn't. Put it up. Oh my god, he couldn't even remember something he did 2 minutes ago. Just double checking. Okay. It would be great if they would recruit an army, or like a new lord in the city. Especially if it was Katerin, but I don't think they're going to.
All here.
Look, I don't know if that's what he wants to do or not. I don't do any diplomacy unless they said so otherwise. Also, in the email is fairly long. Like usually, I read out the email, unless it's particularly long. But he gave me the gist of it. Save Kislev. Don't let the city get blown up. And also, try not to get the entire army wiped out. I'll do my best. Although I usually do try not to get your army wiped out. Unless, of course, your army is total trash. Which, actually, I don't have a problem with your army at all. Okay, here come the Warriors of Chaos. We could have skipped some of that other stuff. Looks like Zofbar just got fucked up. Alright, here we go. So Archaon's going to be on force march, and then this one comes in to launch the attack. Alright, Valiant defeat there and auto resolve. So you've got this one with that. I think we're better off putting it on a unit that has more entities. So I'll put it on this guy here. And yep, well I guess we'll just see how we go. Once again, battles max difficulty. Let's see if we can save Kislev. I really can't see us walking out of this without a massive amount of casualties, though, because our army is designed to take casualties. But my main goal here is to keep the Lord and the hero alive. That's really important. Because, yeah, if he wins, he'll get Archaon's defeat trait. They'll give him more physical resistance, and it'll just be better against Warriors of Chaos in future. So a bit of a choke point battle, and also their reinforcements come in from over here. Just trying to decide how to go about this. If we brought them in from this side, it'll take 5 minutes to come in. They're not going to wait. Actually, they might stand around a little bit just because they'll want to bring in the Hell Cannon there, so they might move fairly slowly. We've got artillery, but it's low range. I'm just not entirely sure what they're going to do. I mean, I can always just move that around when the battle begins. I'm just wondering if we should hold this defensive position here. Can they come in from here? No, okay. Because, yeah, choke point here. I don't think holding this position here is the right way. Because that's what they expect you to do. You never want to do what they expect you to do. A lot of trees there. Could actually be good to go in there and charge at them. Because they've got a lot of large units. Alright, I'm going to set up over here. Can always... Yeah, this would be good. Because that way the Slayer Pirates, they can be on higher ground. So they can shoot over the heads of the other guys. Same thing with these. Although it's pretty friggin' tight there.
Vengeance!
Alright, you stay here. Once you're shooting at them, not going into melee. I'm gonna leave it here and we'll just see what they do. We'll just see. Alright, so the balance of power is even at the moment. We'll see. Mainly just want to see if they're going to rush at us or whether they're going to like mosey on in. Because if they rush at us, it's probably better if we bring them in here. And if they mosey on in, probably better we bring them in over that way. Alright, if they want to send a few units at us early, that's fine. Also, these ones here, take them off fire at will, because we don't want them shooting at freaking Chaos Warhounds. It's a complete waste of ammo. Alright, they're being a bit slow, so let's... delay them a little bit. Would have been great to have some gyrocopters, but that's fine. Yeah, this is someone that we definitely want to be shooting with the Goblin Hewers. So let's have a look at Archaon's combat stats here. So 80 melee attack, 78 melee defense. Not as strong as what I've seen him in the past, for sure, by a large margin. We're definitely not stronger than him, but we're a lot stronger than we would have been if we didn't put any equipment on. Actually, our melee attack is higher than his because of our bonus versus large. So, with that, so we're at 70, sort of. That brings us to 93 melee attack against large units. So his melee defense, yeah, we bypass that by about 15. Whereas he bypasses our melee defense by... let's see, 80 versus... by 18. Yeah. Well, we've got regen and he doesn't. He's got... Frenzy's already been taken into consideration. Flaming attacks. How's his ward save? 15%. What's ours? 38%. Well, if we had as much health as him, we might have actually been fairly evenly matched. You know, in terms of this Demon Slayer versus him, Archaon, that is. Because, yeah, the problem that we're going to have is he's just going to keep casting spells as well. Also, as he's casting spells, he'll cause Kindle Flame. This is why we didn't want to equip Doomsinger. Alright, well, our reinforcements are about to come in. I'm just wondering, should I bring him in here or at the back now? Since I can't actually bring him over here. Problem is, they're not going to coordinate with us. They might just go over here and get killed straight away. So that decision's been made. And we should fight together. So I might have to like get off this position. See, normally, if I was bringing allied reinforcements, I'd totally let them get wiped out. But I think we might be better off actually going and helping them out. Again, it just depends on what they do. I'm actually kind of surprised that Archaon was fucked around so much in this battle so far. Alright, we've got one of these. If I use it here, that looks like it's going to be a pretty good hit. Balance of power slightly not in our favor. So the problem here is the Kislevites. Because we have no idea how stupid they're going to be. I mean, if I was in full control of them, probably wouldn't be worried at all, but that's not the case. Alright, I'm gonna see here. Looks like they are taking a defensive position. That's definitely good. Alright, I'm gonna move all my melee infantry into the forest. Come on. What are they doing?
Thunder Slayer, Demon Slayer, Doom Chaser.
Alright, good thing that we got the barrier in there. He's still going to do some damage to us. But we've got lots of resistance. We're, yeah, like 50%, more than 50% resistance. That's actually more than 70% resistant. And at least if he's overcasting that spell, it's wasting a fair bit of his Winds of Magic, because I think that guy had 75. So he's got a fair bit of spells at his disposal. Alright. Oh yeah, really important to just keep shifting units around. Luckily they're not taking advantage of that.
Fate cursed. The clans unite. Hunt those dwarves.
Okay, good thing we had a little bit of barrier in there. Just a bit. Because, yeah, him overcasting that's costing him, what, 8 or 9 Winds of Magic? Something like that.
Charge.
Each shot.
Range far, range fast.
Could be a bit of a mistake. But every one of them that we can manage to kill this way. What are you doing?
Go. Scuff.
It's better than nothing. Don't bother shooting at Archaon because we won't even get through his barrier. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to utilize them from there. We're going to have to start moving in. Like I said, we've got to support the Kislevites here. Okay, shoot those Chaos Trolls then. That would be good. How can I get... that's a huge waste of magic there. He's going ham on the Kislevites. Don't want the Slayer Pirates into there so much. Okay, let's go in and kill this guy here first. Because we should be really good at getting him. Keep them in reserve just for now. They're actually quite hidden. Alright, just be careful with this one. This one's for that giant over there. These ones can fire at will whenever they want. Oh, they're shooting us. We're in loose formation, so that's okay. Alright, he's in the fight. You've got the Rune of Spike going on in there. Well, the sooner we get rid of Archaon, the better. Alright, I'm going to pop this down on him, because that's going to give him extra physical resistance. Move up a little bit. Oh crap, they found us. I was hoping to just wait a little bit longer and then bring them in, but looks like we have to go in now. Still, the Swords of Chaos are going to get wrecked by the Slayers. Right, hang on. Okay, yep, shoot at this Exalted Hero of Zinch. I wanted our Slayer dude to get it, but such luck. He's doing a good amount of damage to all the infantry because of the Rune of Spike. Okay, get in over there, kill Archaon. This looks really good. If he's fighting a whole bunch of Kislevites, we can really get in there and smash him. Right up his ass. Put the Slayer axe up his ass. Since we don't have that much ammo with these ones here, that's why I don't want to put them on fire at will. Where'd that giant go? Giant's over here. So move up, go get him. So far, our Lord is doing really well against Archaon. He hasn't taken any damage, and Archaon's not taken very much. Okay, this one here's taking a lot of damage. Let's move it back. Try to preserve the integrity of the army. That's not my unit. I can't dodge it.
The next kill is ours! Shoot!
Get this one out of here before it gets wiped out.
Stay out!
Yeah, can't do anything about the... Oh, look at that go down. Nice. Oh, God. 6, it'll still survive as a unit. Okay, this one here, get it out. Yeah, I can't get at that Hell Cannon. Chaos Knights is Zinch, whatever. Okay, the giant is gone. Get them out of there. How are we going here? We're winning the engagement against him. That's good. I think that Zinchian hero got fucked up, which is nice. Okay, this one here is now just a regular Slayer unit. Some of these units here that can shoot. Okay, shoot in there. Alright, this one he's got rest. Okay, now he's taking some damage. I'm actually inclined to use it on them. Yeah, they gave us a bit more ammo. Just because of how valuable the ammo actually is. Someone's about running out of ammo. Come on, you've almost killed Archaon, but fucked up. This won't help us there. Might help us over here, though. Okay, this one's getting smashed. Get out of there. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do about the Hell Cannon. Can't get around their forces. Almost gotten rid of Archaon. Oh, you routed? How dare you? Get him. Everyone get him. Don't let him get away. I don't have any long range. We got him. He did all that work, and then missile units end up getting Archaon. Good thing we put the friggin' liquid fortification on, or else, yeah, he definitely would have gotten killed in that battle. Of course, I would have pulled him out before. Too much damage. And then, yeah, try to run down as much as we can. Didn't use up that many of the restocks. I didn't really think the restock would provide that much extra ammo on the Goblin Heroes. Get them off the artillery, actually, and start running them in. Because they're Slayers, they're quick. I'm not going to get them. Did they do much damage? No, he didn't do anything, and this guy didn't do anything either. This guy here probably was somewhat obstructed. It was a bit cramped in this location, but it worked out. Got a couple of unbreakable units, which is why the battle isn't over yet. Yeah, they're throwing their Hell Cannons in so these guys here can get some time to get away. Because obviously the more of them that we run down, the better. So let's have a look here. Yeah, half of our forces got wiped out. I reckon this will end up being a Pyrrhic victory. But I don't think any of our units got wiped out. And the allied garrison doesn't really matter either, because, well, they just get that back one way or another anyway. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why'd you stop? How much damage did he end up doing? 18,000. Not too bad for a level 8 Lord taking on Archaon. And, you know, admittedly getting his ass whooped a little bit. But at the end of the day, Archaon is the one that is wounded now. So no experience for Archaon. And this guy is going to get Archaon's defeat trait, making him stronger in future, especially against Warriors of Chaos. Because I think there's additional bits of the defeat trait that provides... Is it leadership? Well, leadership's not going to be very useful. Or is it melee attack? I just can't remember. Against Chaos forces. Alright, that unit's wiped out. Cool. Close victory. Okay. Yeah, razor thin there. And it was all just because of their Hell Cannon. But at least their Hell Cannon is gone. And based on his initial army composition, because he had those Chaos Knights of Zinch, I think that was Archaon's first defeat. Which is usually the case, that major Legendary Lords don't really suffer a major defeat until they either go up against another major faction, or go up against a player. But yeah. Alright, if we get replenishment, fair bit of Oath Gold from that, and Treasury, but your money seems fine. I think we'll go with replenishment, that way we should be able to finish off the rest of them. It's going to be Match that one. I think it was them. How much damage did they end up doing? Yeah, all of them did a really good amount of damage. Some of them were a little bit obstructed, but like I said, we chose a good defensive position, and then I had to go and rush to save Kislev because we had to fight together. If we had just let Kislev get wrecked before we did anything, we may have ended up taking more damage. It would have definitely been better to fight together. Although, I do wonder if they got smashed by the Hell Cannon, just let them happen, and then these guys ran out of ammo, because they really focused on my bloody Slayer Pirates. But anyway, let's grab this. Because there's other armies out this way that need to be dealt with. Let's go to Harold Hammerstorm. Very dangerous hero.
Greetings.
Alright, let's have a look here. So, being in allied territory, gained some replenishment. Yeah, no units got wiped out. That's great. Oh, that was Prince Ograx we killed as well. Very nice. Okay, it was melee attack when fighting against Warriors of Chaos. Demons of Chaos, Chaos Dwarves, Norska, and Beastmen. Which is very good for a Slayer army, because melee attack's sort of their thing. So yeah, extra physical resistance for him. Useless against magical attacks. Even spell resistance. No, useless against magical attacks. But still, that's good. Oh, that shit. But then we need to clean up here.
Never.
Archaon's army didn't get wiped out, right? No, that's the remnants of it. It's just that it got pulled out of force. Alright, it got pulled out of force march because they put in a new lord, and then they're able to take him out of force march. Okay, fair enough. No big deal. Alright, so that one's not going to be able to run away. But this army will go first before Archaon, so we could rely on this one attacking it. Also, since you're allied to the Ice Court, let me just see here. Right, they besiege our settlement. Definitely want to lift that then. Won't be able to reach that guy this turn. Go for this one.
What?
Yeah, because lifting the siege would allow the garrison to... they're not going to get any replenishment because they already had the turn. But they might continue construction. Actually, I'm not entirely sure.
Dishonored.
But yeah, lift that. I mean, the garrison should be able to do it on their own anyway. Also, this could potentially be a good opportunity to replenish our forces, because this time, just let the Kislevites sort it out. Yeah, alright, we'll fight this manually. That way he'll fully replenish. But let the garrison actually do all the work. And we might be able to take post-battle loot options to replenish our army just a little bit more as well. Because yeah, it's not much we're dealing with. We could probably send him to go and fight as well. Because he's got the what's it called? The Iron Warden tankard. He'll unlikely end the battle in worse shape than what he started. So just stay back here and try to wait for Kislev to come in. But I'll send him in right away.
Taste me axe.
So I've also got this. Yeah, we shouldn't have any trouble beating this lord. It should be easy for our Slayer. They're rushing towards us. You know what I should do? Actually withdraw all of our units from the battlefield. Because we're not going to get army lost, because we're unbreakable. Ah, damn it. Sort of caught us anyway. Hopefully they're not inflicting too many casualties on us. Ah, damn it, I suffered a casualty! I thought that they might take a little bit longer to get here, that's all. One casualty. Because, yeah, they're not focusing on Kislev at all. Yeah, just get out of here. Just get out, get out. Get out.
For the ancestor gods! Nothing can stop us!
Like I said, the garrison will be able to handle it on their own. I'm just assisting. But what I really don't want is our army taking the majority of the damage. Okay, actually he took a fair bit, but if we just wait, he should... Hopefully he'll replenish before they leave the battlefield. They've still got a while to go. I'll just pause the recording while I wait. Okay, well, I was a little bit wrong. I ended up a little bit more damage than what we started off with this one here. But I only took 1 casualty. And we'll be able to take post-battle loot options to heal that 1 casualty that we took. But in hindsight, what I should have done was just withdrawn them all from the start, except for him, leave him there, and stayed further back. I just thought he could handle that a bit better. No big deal. We've actually got another opportunity to attack them anyway, because they're not on force march. So, yeah, that's quite a bit. I only captured 6 enemy troops, but that's a fair bit of replenishment.
We belong only to Kislev.
I have noticed that these days, whenever fighting up against like really small enemies, that tends to happen. Right, they're allied to each other. And this time we won't get the garrison to come and help us out. I don't think. Alright, what do you need? Ooh, that's good, but you don't need it right now. Flash bomb's very good. That would have been really handy in the first battle. Grab that one there, because I can use that at long range.
Follow at your peril.
And you could really utilize extra ammunition for the... since we're not going up against large armies, I reckon just making you a bit tougher would be good. Actually, physical resistance might be better, because we're not going up against Archaon, because Archaon's wounded.
Doom's this way. The ancestors agree. No.
Just thinking how best to go about this, because like I could attack this guy here, and that way they'll come at a kind of a weird angle.
I've trained the past.
No, just go for this one. Okay, I do think we should fight this manually, because I could try to minimize casualties as much as possible. Just want to try to recover his army as best as I possibly can. Because the thing is, when you auto-resolve these kind of battles, you never get any of your healing. And also, it's most likely going to damage the already damaged units. Auto-resolve tends to favor that. And so by fighting it manually, we can put our damaged units in reserve so that they're not the ones taking the brunt of the attack. Actually, I wonder if we just use the Goblin Hewers, that might be okay. Actually, these 2 can stay there because they're at full strength. They're probably going to wait for their reinforcements, so I'll see if I can shoot them. But yeah, if we just get line of sight on them, then I can pop down the Zufbar 42 pounders. What are they doing? Are they advancing or... No, they're reforming. Okay, let's pop that down there. I don't want to bring this one any closer just because he's much slower than this guy. And this guy could basically fight there for ages just fine. Still healing though. Alright, well, if they don't want to do anything, that's... Alright, maybe I'll get in a little bit closer. Maybe take a shot or 2 at them. I guess I could slow anyone down with Flash Bomb if they get too close. And this guy's got healing as well. Freaking line of sight. Freaking terrain. I won't be able to shoot at him because, yeah, doesn't have a direct line of sight there. And doesn't have a direct line of sight here either. Okay, now we're actually shooting something. That's good. Okay, let's do this again. Cool, so that did a decent amount of damage. How'd you go? 3 kills. Well, that's better than nothing. It's not by much though. Right, yeah. Unfortunately, the terrain here just not ideal for guns. That's all good. Alright, at least he's back at full health. Thing is with the Goblin Hewers, they don't have that much ammo and they've only got 80 range. That's kind of their biggest weakness. Okay, they're closing in here. Slow them down. Oh, they just did not want to shoot. Oh my god, the amount of friendly fire. Jeez. Right, you move to the back now. Should have taken them off fire at will. I don't use Goblin Slayers a hell of a lot. That's Goblin Slayers. Goblin Heals a lot. But I remember that happens a fair bit. So I should have remembered that. End up doing more damage to our own forces than to theirs in that case. It's okay, we made our mistake. Hopefully, no more. At least these ones, when they're coming through, we should rip them to pieces. Yeah. It's not always a good thing to just put units in front of artillery. Not always. Okay, now they're doing a really good job. Fucked up at the start there. Yeah, they're fine there, no issues. Okay. Move. Yeah, move these up a little bit, see if we can shoot him. Actually, if I can get into melee with this guy, that'd be better. Although he probably will run away. Okay, you're starting to take casualties. Let's move you back.
Get him! Hazook! Aye, lad, I'll do it! Slayer! For the Kadazan Corps!
Good, that's kicking his ass. Okay, just these two left that have any ammo, because they've been fighting in melee. Okay, once again, we're not going to heal to full, but that's okay. We're never going to do this with no casualties. Unfortunately, our army's just not designed to not take casualties. But overall, the casualties were quite low. Most of the casualties were actually self-inflicted. Like I said, I made a mistake with that. It's a bit painful. It is what it is. It's not like I totally fucked his army. We'll possibly recover more than we lost. Maybe. Alright, once again, I'll just pause the recording while I let this guy heal a bit. So I just took the Goblin Hewers off the artillery there to see exactly how much damage they took. This one took no casualties. This guy may have taken a couple, because he already started off the battle with some casualties. If I had to guess, he took about 2. But yeah, most of the deaths on our side was freaking friendly fire, because of the Goblin Hewers. Actually, no. We lost half of our soldiers due to half of the casualties were due to friendly fire. But again, the post-battle loot option should give us back more than 42. I hope. It can be a bit random sometimes, it seems. Like, you take out a small army and it gives you 20% replenishment. Take out a massive friggin' huge horde, 1%. That seems like, to me, more than 40 are coming back. I don't know.
Fight, die, revel in glory.
Alright, well, we've still got enough that we can take that on. But I might just leave it there, because the situation for Kislev has now drastically improved. What you could do is stand here so that you can reinforce, because their turn will go first, you'll reinforce them, that way you get some more experience. Or you could hold the position here and get ready to take Prague next turn. They're not building this up, so Well, they should because it's a Dark Fortress. But if you can grab that, you could sell that over to Kislev. They may not want it back because it's a ruin. It's entirely up to you how you want to go about it, but we've got them on the run. If you ever look at the balance of power, yeah, all of their armies were destroyed. And Warriors of Chaos do take quite a long time to recover, just due to high-quality units that, aren't regiments renowned. They just don't show up everywhere all the time in huge numbers. So be able to pick up maybe a couple out in the Chaos Waste and then come back mostly with Marauders. And your army is stronger now. And yeah, if you can get some of the territory off them up here, that'll all... Oh, then you've got Arbol over here to deal with as well, so maybe be careful. Alright guys, well that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later guys.